You are holding your iPad mini, and suddenly you wish it had that amazing OLED display like the iPad Pro. Well, guess what? Your wish might be coming true sooner than you think. Apple is reportedly planning to add OLED technology to the iPad mini, and it could arrive as early as 2026. If you are a fan of the iPad mini like I am, this news is absolutely exciting. Today, I am going to break down everything we know about this upcoming OLED iPad mini. We will talk about the display technology, the specs, the design changes, and most importantly, when you can get your hands on one. So let's dive into this leak and see what Apple has in store for us. Let me start by showing you this report from Mac Rumors that has got everyone talking. According to their sources, Apple is seriously considering adding OLED displays to the regular iPad mini lineup. This would mark a huge upgrade for what could be the 8th generation iPad mini. Now, if you have been following the iPad mini over the past couple of years, you know it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Do not get me wrong, it is a fantastic device that many people love, but it has been missing some key features that users have been asking for. The biggest complaints? No ProMotion display and definitely no OLED technology. So having Apple finally add these features is going to be a game changer. The OLED display that is coming to the iPad mini will likely be very similar to what we see in the current iPad Pro models. I am talking about that tandem OLED technology that's in the M4 and upcoming M5 iPad Pro. Let me tell you, I have used that display extensively, and it is honestly the best OLED screen I have ever seen on a mobile device. The colors are incredible, the contrast is perfect, and the brightness levels are just outstanding. Now imagine having all of that technology packed into the compact form factor of an iPad mini. For everyone who's been waiting for ProMotion and OLED in a smaller iPad, this is going to look absolutely stunning. The viewing experience is going to be completely different from what we have now. One thing I want to mention is that we have not heard many rumors about major design changes. This suggests that Apple will probably stick with a very similar design to what we have seen in the last two generations. The overall look and feel will likely remain the same, but with some subtle improvements. One change we might see is slightly thinner bezels around the display. However, Apple has to be careful here because the iPad mini is designed to be held comfortably in one hand. If the bezels get too thin, you will end up accidentally touching the screen with your fingers while holding it. So Apple needs to find the right balance between modern design and practical usability. But even with these considerations, having that OLED display is going to make this iPad mini look absolutely incredible. Now let's talk about what's under the hood, because the display is not the only upgrade coming. We are hearing that this new iPad mini will likely feature the A20 Pro chip. This is where things get really interesting from a performance standpoint. The A20 Pro won't be exactly the same as what you will find in something like the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Apple will probably use a slightly modified version with one less GPU core. To put this in perspective, the current A19 Pro has a 6-core GPU setup. The A20 Pro will likely have the same 6-core GPU, but the iPad mini version might be binned down to 5 cores. This is pretty standard practice for Apple when they put iPhone chips into iPads. However, you'll still get the full 6-core CPU with 4 efficiency cores and 2 performance cores. This means the iPad mini will have plenty of processing power for whatever you throw at it. Whether you are editing photos, playing games, or running multiple apps at once, this thing is going to be a real powerhouse. Speaking of performance, there's another crucial upgrade coming: more RAM. The new iPad mini will likely come with 12 GB of RAM, which is a significant jump from current models. This is going to be fantastic for multitasking capabilities. Right now, even the base model M5 iPad Pro comes with 12 GB of RAM. So having the same amount in an iPad mini means you will be able to run multiple apps smoothly. You can have Safari tabs open, work on documents, stream videos, and switch between apps without any lag. Another feature that is almost certainly coming is Apple Pencil Pro support. This makes perfect sense given that the iPad mini is popular with digital artists and note-takers. The Apple Pencil Pro adds features like squeeze gestures, barrel roll for precise tool changes, and haptic feedback. Having these advanced pencil features on a portable device like the iPad mini is going to be amazing for creative work. Now, I do not expect Apple to make major changes to other aspects of the design. The FaceTime camera will probably stay in the same position, and I doubt we will see Face ID added. The iPad mini will likely stick with the Touch ID button that we see on the iPad Air and regular iPad. This keeps costs down and maintains the familiar user experience that people expect from this device. However, there is one more potential upgrade worth mentioning: the USB port. Apple might upgrade the connector to USB 3, which would provide faster data transfer speeds. This would be especially useful if you are transferring large files or connecting external storage devices. Combined with that A20 Pro chip, a USB 3 port would make this iPad mini a serious productivity machine. Now let's talk about timing, because I know everyone wants to know when they can actually buy this thing. Based on Apple's typical release patterns, this OLED iPad mini will most likely arrive at the end of this year. It's been about 2 years since the last iPad mini refresh, so the timing makes sense. The device might launch alongside the new iPhones, but I personally think it will come out about a month later. Apple often does iPad releases in October or early November, separate from their iPhone events. This gives them more time to focus on each product line and build excitement for the holiday shopping season. There is also a chance it could launch alongside new MacBook Pros, especially if those also get OLED displays. That would make for a pretty exciting fall product lineup from Apple. Here comes the part that might not make everyone happy: pricing. Currently, the iPad mini starts at $499, which is pretty reasonable for what you get. Unfortunately, I think adding OLED technology is going to push that price up. My prediction is that the new iPad mini will start at $599, which is a $100 increase. I know some of you are thinking that the 11-inch iPad Air also costs $599, but remember, the iPad Air does not have OLED technology yet. When Apple eventually adds OLED to the iPad Air, I expect that price will also go up by about $100. The thing is, OLED displays are still more expensive to manufacture than regular LCD screens. Apple has to balance giving customers the features they want with keeping the device profitable. A $100 increase might sting initially, but when you see how much better that OLED display looks, it might feel worth it. Plus, you are getting all those other upgrades like the A20 Pro chip, more RAM, and Apple Pencil Pro support. Keep in mind that Apple often keeps older models available at lower prices, so if the OLED version is too expensive, you might still be able to buy the current iPad mini at a discount. The big question is whether people will be willing to pay extra for these premium features in a compact iPad. Based on how popular the iPad Pro OLED displays have been, I think many users will find the upgrade worthwhile. So there you have it, everything we know about the upcoming OLED iPad mini. We are looking at a device with a stunning tandem OLED display, A20 Pro performance, 12 gigs of RAM, and Apple Pencil Pro support. The release timing points to late this year, probably around October or November. And yes, you will probably pay about $100 more for all these upgrades. As someone who's a huge fan of the iPad mini, I am genuinely excited about these changes. The combination of that incredible OLED display technology in such a portable form factor is going to be amazing. Whether you use your iPad for reading, drawing, note-taking, or entertainment, this upgrade is going to make everything look better. Are you planning to upgrade to the OLED iPad mini when it comes out? Or do you think the price increase makes it less appealing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button to help other iPad fans discover this news. And make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss any updates about Apple's upcoming releases. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.